Bonjour! This week we'll be talking about adjectives. This is just an introduction. We'll be seeing this again later in Module 3. This week, let's talk about what adjectives are and how they work in French. First of all, an adjective is a word that describes a noun. Remember, a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. So an adjective tells me something about that person, place, thing, or idea. I could say, for example, the red car. The idea or the thing is the car. The adjective red describes the car, tells me what kind of car it is. Or I could talk about the heavy book, tells me what kind of book it is. In French, adjectives have to agree in number, meaning singular or plural, and in gender, meaning masculine or feminine, with the noun. A couple of weeks ago when we were talking about nouns and indefinite articles, we said that in French all nouns have gender. They're either masculine or feminine. And I asked that you memorize the indefinite article with the noun so that you would know. So when we're using adjectives to describe the noun, we need to have an idea. We need to know whether the noun we're describing is masculine or feminine or singular or plural. Each adjective has 4 spellings: masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular, and singular feminine plural. All right? Let's look at this example. Il est petit. Petit means short, small. He is small. Masculine singular, we don't do anything to the adjective. Ils sont petits. Here you can see I've changed my verb, I've changed my subject pronoun that we talked about last week, and I've added an S to the end of petit. Just like we've talked about before, to form the plural, I put an S on the end. Pretty straightforward. Going back over to the singular side and the feminine. Elle est petite. She is petite, small, short. Elle est petite. I've added an E to the end to make petite feminine and singular. On the plural side, elles sont petites. Here I've added both an E and an S to make petit both feminine and plural. Most French adjectives form the plural just by adding an S to the singular form, like we just looked at. But if the singular form of the adjective already ends in an S, or this is kind of unusual, but sometimes an X or a Z, then we don't change it in the plural. We can't have 2 S's together. Le pantalon est gris, the pair of pants the pants are gray, or the pants, plural, are gray. Similarly to what we just looked at, most feminine adjectives are formed by just adding an E to the masculine singular. However, if the masculine singular already ends in an E, just like with the S that we just talked about, we do not add an extra E to the end. Il est fort, that means he's kind of heavy set. Elle est forte, she's sort of heavy set. Le short est jaune. The shorts are yellow. La robe est jaune. The dress is yellow. Because the word jaune, yellow, already ends in an E, we don't need to add an extra one to make it extra special feminine. We just leave it be. We can usually tell between masculine and feminine when we're listening by listening for the last consonant. If it's pronounced, it usually means the word is feminine, and if it's not, then it's masculine. So listen to these differences. I'm going to read left to right. Il est grand, elle est grande. Le bureau est petit, la table est petite. Le cahier est vert, la robe est verte. Let me just pronounce the adjectives for you. You can repeat after me to practice. Grand, grande. Petit, petite. Vert, verte. I hope you can hear the difference between the masculine on the left and the feminine on the right. In French, there are several irregular adjectives that are different from the patterns we've been talking about, adding an E, an S, or an ES. We're going to be talking about these some more in Module 3, but here are some of the basics. Blanc is white. To make the feminine, we make blanche. Vieux means old, and for the feminine, we say vieille. Beau is good looking. The feminine form is belle. Gentil means nice, and the feminine form is gentille. These are some of the more common ones that you'll see and that you might want to use. So we're giving you them here now. As always, if you have questions or you weren't sure you caught something, go back and listen again to the tape. Otherwise, go ahead and take the quiz, and I'll see you in class.